So let's say you started working out for a few months, you got a consistent routine going down, you started making progress, and then bang, plateau hits. Progress stops, and you're left to wonder, what happened? Well, the newbie gains are over. You take a look at what you can improve and you realize that this whole time you've been consistent with working out, you've been neglecting your diet because you have a diet of a 10-year-old eating chicken nuggets. And that's actually a bad example because chicken nuggets are actually pretty high in protein, but I think you get the point. Working out is kind of the easy part, but where a lot of people tend to really struggle is with their nutrition. Eating enough protein, eating the right amount of calories based off their goals. This is what I truly believe determines how much progress people end up seeing long term. So, if you hate cooking, here are the 3 best food hacks at 3 different levels of difficulty that'll help you make sure that you're getting enough protein so you can build muscle, lose body fat, and overall clean up your diet without spending too much time cooking. Let's get into it. Now, starting off with the most difficult food hack, air fryer recipes. I told you the bar is pretty low here. All you really have to do is simply throw your protein in or wherever you're cooking, set the temperature, timer, maybe flip it once if it's a big slab of meat, and voila, you'll have perfectly cooked meat every single time. So let's get into the recipe we're gonna be doing. The best part is it doesn't require you to be super attentive or anything. In fact, the most involved part is just prepping what you're gonna be cooking in here. Now today we're gonna be making a super simple Korean barbecue marinated chicken breast. Now it sounds fancy, but really it's just throwing sauce on some meat and throwing it in the air fryer. It's very simple. In fact, you can do this with pretty much any combination of meat and sauce because really you're just throwing 2 things together and then throwing it in an air fryer. Now the ingredients for this recipe is chicken breast, which is required, some sort of barbecue sauce. In my case, I'm using this Korean barbecue sauce. And optionally, you can add dry seasoning, olive oil, and of course some frozen veggies as a side. This is optional, but it's highly recommended or else you're just gonna be eating meat. And in the theme of making things super easy and intuitive, I'm not even gonna give you measurements, I'm just gonna eyeball it and you'll see how simple it really is because you don't really need to be measuring any of this. So in terms of prep, I'm gonna be throwing everything into a bowl and just mashing it around. So I got really thinly sliced chicken breast because it's on sale, but you can use chicken thigh, you can use thicker pieces. If this is too big, you can even just cut it in half. But literally, just throw everything in here. Then what I'm gonna do is put in a little bit of olive oil. Literally just some of that, just mixing it around. Next, I'm gonna go with my dry seasoning. Just eyeball like that. Just so it's pretty coated. And now I'm gonna mush this around. The reason for putting the olive oil earlier is so that this dry seasoning sticks on it a little bit better. And lastly, the most important ingredient, Korean barbecue sauce, or whatever sauce you wanna use. Thank you, Frankie. All right, so I know last time in my other air fryer recipe video, I think I used a spicy Korean barbecue sauce, but here we're using the more sweet and savory one. In terms of sauce, how much sauce to use, I just keep pouring it until I can completely coat it. So I think this should be good. I'm gonna go here. Wish I used gloves. And as a last step, what you can do to help the sauce get in more is either marinate this overnight, but what I'm gonna do instead is just poke it with a fork. Hopefully get the sauce a little bit more inside the meat. With the air fryer tray, I'm gonna put some aluminum foil, and now we add the meat. Because these are somewhat bigger pieces, I am gonna be flipping it in between. But the good thing is they're pretty thin, so they should still be able to cook pretty thoroughly. And now we're gonna be throwing this in the air fryer. All right. And this luckily has a chicken setting. So 380 for 25 minutes. Around minute 10, I'm gonna see how it looks, and then I'm likely gonna flip it, and then probably cook it through for another 10 minutes, but we'll see if we end up using 25 if it's not fully cooked. Okay, it's been 12 minutes. It's looking pretty good. I'm actually flipping now, probably cook it for another 5 minutes actually. There we go. And what I like to do is just pour a little sauce off the top. Just a little more. Oh yeah. Okay, so pop this back in for another 5 minutes and it should be ready to eat. This should be ready to go. Ooh, look at that. Let's bring it around. Ooh. Cheers. Ooh, hot. That's good. Look up. Y'all saw how super simple that was. All right, everybody eats. Frankie, you ready for this?
Yes, sir.
Now, real quick, if you need help on meal planning and overall fitness goals, then I also highly recommend you apply for my exclusive one-on-one fitness coaching program, where I provide you custom workout programs, meal plans, and the ability to message me. So I basically take the guesswork out of getting to your fitness goals. So all you really have to do is focus on executing, doing to get to where you want to be. So I'm currently accepting applications, so check the link in the description and apply soon, because I'm trying to close the cohort pretty soon for this summer. Let's say you don't even want to touch raw food. Well, if you're in the US, this is where the second food hack comes in. Let's go. All right, what's up guys? So we're here at Trader Joe's to procure the items for food hack number 2. Let me show y'all inside. If you're in the US, you should be able to find a Trader Joe's near you. And one of the most popular items here is their frozen food. The best of which, from a macro perspective, is your Trader Joe's barbecue teriyaki chicken. Ooh. So this is basically frozen chicken thighs marinated in teriyaki sauce. And if you take a look at the macros, 240 calories, 31 grams of protein. That is a really good ratio. So this entire thing, 4 times 31, quick math, 124. That's 124 grams of protein for only 960 calories. Extremely solid. So I'm gonna grab this, but if you get bored of this, you can also try their shiitake mushroom chicken. Macros are slightly less protein, just because there's vegetables in here. But if you don't want to cook veggies, this could be a good option to switch it up. And then if you're trying to bulk to get in more calories, the Kung Pao chicken or the orange chicken here is a really solid option. This orange chicken is literally like $5. It's crazy and it's so good. But for today, we're gonna be working with this barbecue chicken teriyaki. Only $5.99 here, it's not bad at all. So we'll be getting this. This can pretty much be 2 meals for most people. So let's go. All right, so now that we're back home, let's make this, shall we? So taking a look at the instructions, you can either microwave it for 3 to 4 minutes, or use a stovetop, which is the preferred method, and cook for around 6 to 8 minutes. Now I'm gonna cut this open to show you guys what is inside here. And you'll find there's gonna be a bunch of frozen chicken, as well as these sauce packs. So there comes with 2 sauce packs in one little bag, meaning this is ideally for 2 meals. So we're gonna be using 1 sauce pack, put that on the side for now. Let's get to the wok, shall we? So I'm gonna be using a wok to cook this. I greased it with some olive oil, but you can use pretty much whatever pan you have. And I'm gonna set this to around medium, wait for this to heat up, and I'm gonna throw some chicken in. So I'm gonna roughly eyeball and put half of the serving of chicken in here. Careful to not get any splashback. Put a little bit more. That should be good. And now, basically what we're doing is we're reheating and melting this chicken. Give it a little toss. If you have a cover, even better. Make sure you're setting it to like medium, low. Okay, so it's been roughly a minute. It's trying to melt down a little bit. Kind of stirring it around. So this may look like we're cooking, but honestly, we're just literally melting this down and then adding sauce at the end. For like 31 grams of protein per serving, this being more close to like 62 grams of protein, this is super solid and super easy hack that you can do. You can serve this with rice, on a salad, with veggies. It's quite versatile. Now it's time to put on low and then add the sauce. And second thought, that should be good. You don't really need to use all this. Kind of get a view here. I'm just literally coating the sauce, mixing it around so the sauce melts and gets on the chicken. Look how good this looks. Okay, we got some rice here. Thai rice berry. We're gonna pour chicken on here. It's so easy too, $6 for 2 of these. So it's kind of like $3 per meal, not including whatever else you're gonna be putting in here. But you could easily, you know, add some scallions, add some pepper flakes. You can really make it your own. So let's get back to the table. And there you have Trader Joe's chicken teriyaki. You would never know. I could literally surprise my friends, have them come over and be like, I just made this homemade teriyaki, and everyone's gonna love it. Cheers. So good. So that's meal number 2. I know it looked like it was more involved because I had to use a wok, but trust me, it's actually very simple to make because you can't really go wrong. The only thing is I would err on the side of overcooking this rather than undercooking because you don't want to eat frozen chicken when it's frozen. It's kind of nasty. But what if you want something even simpler that you don't even have to cook? Well, that's where this comes in. Greek yogurt and protein powder. Now these can be consumed together or even separately. If you're not a fan of supplementing protein powder, then incorporating Greek yogurt into your diet, either as a snack or breakfast, can be a really good addition because if you take a look at the macros, 2/3 of a cup, it's 130 calories and 17 grams of protein. That is a whole lot of protein from something that's not even meat or supplements. On the other hand, if you don't like Greek yogurt, then supplementing something with protein powder for breakfast or a snack can be a really good addition because you can literally mix this with almond milk, coconut milk, whatever milk alternative you want for a quick and easy shake and easy 20-ish grams of protein. Now this My Protein Impact Whey is a really good affordable option with protein powder, but if you want my personal favorite, then I highly recommend My Protein Clear Whey Isolate. Now, don't be fooled, even though it says isolate, this is actually hydrolyzed whey, which is basically pure protein. If you take a look at the macros, 90 calories, 2 grams of carbs, 20 grams of protein. That is very, very solid macros for even a protein powder. Now, if you're still skeptical about Clear Whey, well, you can actually get a free tub right now if you use code PATH at checkout at My Protein on top of 50% off anything else. So you can literally order this or whatever you want, creatine, plus you'll get this for free. Literally this flavor right here, the sour watermelon Mike and Ike, which is not my favorite, but top 5 favorite flavors. Now, if you're trying to lose body fat, meaning stay in a calorie deficit, this is gonna be your best option because of how good the macros are and how low calorie and high protein it is. And the cool thing is this is meant to be taken with water. So it's actually more refreshing rather than like milkshakey, right? You serve it on some ice and it's like super, super solid. So this is really good for the summer. And that is the 3rd food hack. Greek yogurt and protein powder. You don't even have to cook it. Now don't combine these, and like I mentioned, if you're skeptical about this, you literally can get this for free so you have nothing to lose, just saying. So those were the 3 best high protein food hacks if you hate cooking from hardest to easiest. I gave you guys a couple options, so try incorporating some of these food hacks immediately in your diet, and you should be able to get more protein and clean up your diet a bit. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Leave a like, support my page, hit subscribe to level up your physique, and hit the bell to get these videos right to you. Now, if you're trying to stock up some protein, don't forget to use code PATH right now for 50% off. It's literally the best deal. That's why I'm shilling it so hard, because 50% off is no joke. Only other time that you're running a deal like this is probably gonna be like Black Friday. So definitely check that out. And of course, you can get a free tub of Clear Whey if you use that code. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all next time.